What happened to Mr. Beast? To the true story of Asmongold? Please stop making fun of me. He proved this is. Oh, that one.
Like
That
I
one.
show
He's
speed,
proved
Kai Cenat.
that streaming is impossible in 225. We're gonna see if it's impossible or no with my channel because we're start from zero. Right now we have 21 followers
Streamers are getting
and
paid more
no
than
one in the
NBA
chat.
players. That is, if you're looking at
Let's see if it's
superstars
impossible or no.
like
Where's
I
the
show
sound?
speed.
Are you guys hearing the sound? I don't. Gaming mode. Now I'm going to.
Streamers are getting paid more than NBA players.
Yes,
that is, if
this
you're
is
looking at
real.
superstars like I show speed, Kai Cenat,
That's why I create my English channel.
and Aiden Ross. But many people don't want to accept the reality that becoming a successful streamer in 2025 may just be impossible. But somebody was hell-bent on proving that wrong. The former world record holder for most subscribers in the world tried starting a new secret channel and came across some shocking results.
Can I start a new Twitch?
Guys, I didn't know that Ludwig was that big. I met Ludwig, I don't remember when. I remember his face, I think from Lily Pons, maybe, from Vine. I don't think is about is that. And for be real, it's the first time that I'm association him to that image because I'm already watching his a time ago because he do like a lot of games. He just don't stay in like one game or just react to one kind of things like XQC. That is the streamer right now that I'm most watching. And I just discovered that Ludwig is like really big right now.
Channel and become successful again? Or was it all luck the first time? That's the question I wanted to find out.
The hugely successful streamer Ludwig discovered just how painful it is to get your first viewer on Twitch. And even after you build an audience, there are multiple stumbling blocks. The streamer Soluminati has delivered some pretty harsh truths about the current state of streaming himself.
Bro, Twitch is changing. A lot of y'all that's at the top, I say y'all is at the top of the pyramid. Y'all probably don't see what I see when you tap out and then you get a chance to look at what's taking place.
The original beauty of streaming was that it was a level playing field. With just a computer or even a phone, you could become the next Aiden Ross. But once you really break down what's happening now, it's become incredibly clear that this ship has well and truly sailed. The streamers we know and love today are all incredibly talented, and it would be foolish to assume that just anyone could maintain an audience's attention for hours upon hours on a daily basis. At the same time, they did gain a lot of momentum from the wave of popularity streaming has experienced in the past 5 years. And Ludwig is a perfect example. He's a funny guy, but he also started during the early years of streaming when it was really developing in 2018 and benefited from the intense popularity streaming received during the pandemic. But just how much luck and talent played into his success is something he often gets asked about by his fans.
You see, after Streamer Games, I met a bunch of subscribers, and you guys were asking me some random questions, including questions about live streaming. And somebody asked me, Ludwig, could you do it all over again? If you had to start a Twitch channel from the ground up, could you become a successful streamer once again? To which I said, of course, I'm good at talking to chat. Then they brought up a good point. I wouldn't have a chat to talk to.
The sad reality is that there are many streams where simply nobody is watching, and this leads to a simple catch-22 situation.
I think I
you
watched
need
this
viewers
video,
to get
the whole
popular,
video
but you also need to
when
be
he
popular to
tried
get
to
viewers.
do that.
But Ludwig figured that it should make sense that
But for be real, I already told him this to my streamer friends for like 5 years or more, and to my pro players of League of Legends friends, that they can't be only a streamer at this moment. At this point, you can't be only pro player, you can't be only a streamer, you can't be only a YouTuber. You have to be everything. You have to be YouTuber, you have to be TikToker, you have to be active on Twitter, on every social media, every. So, like this test, Ludwig will try to open live on Twitch. If I open these lives on Twitch, will never work. I think it, for be real, I think it will work really great on this channel at YouTube, because YouTube has like a wall really better than Twitch to new streamers, to new person. But the problem is that YouTube is like for videos, so the lives, the live stream at YouTube on this point is not like the big deal. It's not where they concentrate, they work, because like you can see the chat in YouTube can be like a little no, a lot more perfect than it is.
That if he generated millions of subs before, he should be able to do it all over again.
Now, not wanting to be the expert live streamer who doesn't know the answer to a question, I said, well, I would just talk as if there was a chat there. But can I actually do that? I can basically go live with any title at all, and a few thousand people are guaranteed to show up. So can I actually live stream with no chat? Or better yet, can I start a new Twitch channel and become successful again? Or was it all luck the first time?
Ludwig opened a new account called Retired Athlete 31 and started streaming in the Just Chatting category, which is the most popular section of Twitch. Only problem was he was just chatting to himself.
This is
It's
my
me
chat.
right now, just
Now,
chatting for me.
normally on my actual Twitch
It's
chat,
me.
there are always people there typing constantly throughout the day. This Twitch chat has no reason to have anybody in it because 0 people follow this Twitch channel. 0 people know it even exists. So I'm hoping
I
we
have
can
21 followers. Okay.
get some people in here. I don't know how long it'll take. I don't know if anyone will even come in the first place, but I'm hoping I can get somebody in here.
When Ludwig started streaming in 2018, Twitch had about 3.4 million unique broadcasters on average per month. By 2025, this figure was now 7.1 million. So he was now faced with double the competition.
Boom! What is up? What is up, y'all? How we doing today, chat?
It's me
Chat,
right
what
now.
is up?
What's
Welcome
up,
back to the
chat?
stream.
Chat, talk
What's
with
my
me.
goal today?
22.
My goal
22 is my luck number. Where's the shatter? Where is the shatter? I don't think there's no one in the live.
is 1 follower. I like that. That's an achievable goal. All right, when that shit is complete, I'm a happy man. All right, well, I'm just gonna keep chat up on the side here, and I don't know. I guess let's just start doing some stuff today. So first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to bang through my daily games. All right.
After a few minutes, Ludwig got what he thought was his first follower.
Oh my God! I got my first follower. Okay, wait. Are you a bot? Are you a real human? Newbie Twitch girly loves cosplays.
The fakes,
Follow
the
for
bots
future
from
streams, and you have an
follow.
OnlyFans. Why do I get the feeling that you are botting to follow a bunch of new accounts so that pathetic streamers like me click to see who you are?
Twitch, like
Because
many
it
other
is.
online platforms, has its issues with bots. The company recently cracked down on botting and noticed that on some accounts, 5 to 22% of the audience was completely fake. But while staring at a blank screen, Ludwig sympathized with the people who did this.
I get why people view bot. What the f- are you supposed to do on Twitch if you don't view bot? You're just stuck in damn hell.
Okay,
waiting for one.
I just got back at this hour, but I came to let you know I'm going to sleep. Okay. This is my first guy. His name is David. I know because it's his second stream with me, okay? Okay? My loyalty subscriber.
Person to drag you out of it. I get it though. I understand why someone would want to view bot. I'm not condoning it. But if you view bot, you'll have real people in there because you just appear higher in the category. The rich get richer.
Because of the way the algorithm works, streamers are almost incentivized to view bot. So new streamers might think that they have no option than to pay $20 to view bot 50
No, I
live
prefer
stream
to don't.
viewers, and also run the risk of being banned because this is against terms of service. RiceGum was famously banned for this nearly a decade ago. Ludwig soon realized that the just chatting
Where
was
is
too
Rice again right now? He said about Rice again, no? Or I'm crazy?
and also run the risk of being banned because this is against terms of service. RiceGum was famously banned
Yes, he
for
said
this
about- I
nearly
didn't
a
know about
decade
Rice
ago.
again.
Ludwig soon realized that the just chatting was too broad of a category and he needed to go more niche. He also followed his stream on his other account to bump up the numbers.
Well, it's been a little under half an hour. We hit our follower goal, but nobody has chatted yet. I'm realizing, however, even though just chatting is the largest category, it is probably the hardest
night,
to grow in.
Lozão.
So I think just chatting's too big of a category. So let me switch my approach. How about I play Peak?
This tactic of branching into games failed, so Ludwig was faced with a very common tactic people use to get attention on the internet. Right before the hour mark,
What is the
he
name
went
of our
for a
English
thirst trap.
channel?
What brings
Maria,
viewers?
do
Ooh,
you
what if I
live
thirst
at
traps on
United
the
States?
thumbnail?
It's for
I'm
you,
hotter.
real. Because I don't wanna nobody. I don't want to send the channel in no one from Brazil because I don't want the algorithm. The algorithm sends the live to there. I just want the algorithm go to out of the country. That's why I didn't promote this channel. Yes. So
I'm going
look,
with a
C
white tank
Santana
top because
EN.
people are going to see it in the
C
thumbnail.
Santana
and they're gonna
English.
Go, damn, that
AN.
dude does look like a retired athlete.
He try. Oh, I'm
He's
gonna
definitely
try.
got the body of
I'm
someone
gonna try. I'm
retired.
gonna try. Ooh!
2.5 hours in.
It was not supposed that I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try the Ludwig technique. Wait a second, chat. No, I'm just too thin right now. Wait a second. I'm going to put myself a little bigger, so that people can see me better. And I'm going to put the chat. Let's go.
Into the stream,
Let's
and
go
without
see.
a
The
single
numbers going
viewer,
up.
he decided to eat a hot dog as fast as he
No.
could.
The goal is to eat it as fast as possible. One man, one hot dog. All right, come on. Lock in.
Now I want to eat a hot dog. Can someone bring me a hot dog?
Die! Oh my God!
What a great scene.
That was fast! I can do it!
This again didn't work, so he decided to move to an area of Twitch where one of his fans might recognize him.
So I'm going for a Hail Mary. I'm going to the game that I started with in my streaming career. I'm going to play Super Smash Bros. Melee. Honest to God, it's kind of like showing up to a GameStop. My chance of getting recognized at a GameStop in the mall
I
is
will
much
try
higher than
Roblox. I will try Roblox after this. Oh, look. One more. We're going. Thank you. +1. I'm going to try Roblox after this react to see
Macy's in
if
the
my
mall. If
fans
this doesn't work, we'll
recognize
switch
me.
gears again.
The biggest takeaway from this is that streaming on its own is not a way to build an audience. Twitch is notoriously bad for discoverability and is usually used as a
3
base and
hours
not somewhere
without
that you can grow.
chatter.
So had Ludwig done this experiment on YouTube, he might have seen some different results. But for anyone starting streaming in 2025, this is where Ludwig actually gives some pretty sensible advice.
If I were to really do this starting from scratch, my entire stream would have been the hot dog segment. It would have been maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes total, hour tops. And then I would have made a few shorts of me showing how you can learn to eat a hot dog in less than 15 seconds, your first try. And then post that on TikTok, IG, had something else ready for tomorrow. Again, max an hour.
Yeah. What I'm saying, what I'm doing right now at this point, it's not like the old years when you stream for like 10 hours, 20 hours, and you got like famous because you're going to be recommended, because you're going to be at homepage. Now it's a little different, the things. You have to spam shorts, you have to spam TikToks, you have to spam IG, you have to create all the time. You have to farm clips, guys. Don't take like, oh, I will not be a farmer clip. It's not that you have to do your all live 24 hours like trying to get a good clip, a good shorts, but you have to get the opportunities, you got me like when I was playing Granny. Do you think I prefer to stay alive at one play and get like a shorts, okay, he stayed alive, or to jump off my chair, scream a lot and get a hype shorts that will like get 1 million views? I prefer the hype shorts, so I prefer to
Eventually,
def in the
Ludwig was
game
forced
and
to trick people
clip
into
to
clicking
farm.
on his stream.
Farm a clip.
I'll put exclamation point giveaway in the title. That way somebody thinks there's a giveaway going on. There's no giveaway going on.
And this dirty
There's
trick
no
actually
giveaway.
paid off.
Okay, who is this Oscar guy? How do you know what? Oscar, where did you come from? Sorry, wait, don't
Luigi.
apologize. How'd you find the
Is this
stream?
a VOD
I'm just a
channel?
fan. How'd you find this stream?
How they
though?
find?
I thought you were AI. Oh, Bad Player HS told him. Wait, how did you find the stream, Bad Player HS? I saw giveaway in the title. I was like, yo, a giveaway. It worked. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys. I've been
it
live
was the giveaway. I
for
think
the
I will
past
put
5
giveaway
hours.
on my
It
title.
turns out this shit is not easy at all. In fact, this shit is very difficult. And nobody clicks streams with 0 viewers or 1 viewer.
This experiment provided a good insight into just how saturated streaming is, but even if a new streamer did manage to overcome this hurdle and build up an audience, there are a number of other obstacles in the way. And this is only the beginning of what streamers in 2025 are up against.
Why is streaming
Zach
hard?
Bussey, who
Because
is
there's
close
like
to 10k subs on Twitch,
20
pointed out
million
that Twitch
streamers right
viewership
now.
has basically
Everyone
been on a
streamer right
downward
now
spiral for the
is
past 5 years.
influential, is
This one's overall
TikToker.
viewership from Twitch Tracker. It shows the COVID boom in 2020, the 2021 peak, and the steady decline ever since. 2022 dipped below 2021, 2023 was basically flat, and 2024 trended slightly down. Now that we're in 2025, viewership is at its lowest that it's been in years. That's brutal.
And it was not just the pandemic that has generated this downfall. Nightinator, who has over 60,000 subs on Twitch, pointed out that after the pandemic, we experienced a cost of living crisis, which also destroyed many people's dreams of becoming a full-time streamer.
A lot of streaming is crowdfunded, meaning that we get our income from people subscribing and tipping. But in this economic climate, unfortunately, people just don't have that money. And whilst there are other ways to diversify, such as getting sponsorships and brand deals, those are normally few and far between. And they're normally reserved for people who have quite a big audience.
If your cost of living suddenly went up, one of the first things that you would do is cut off non-essential spending, and supporting your favorite streamer sadly fits neatly into this category. You also need to keep in mind that anything a streamer earns from Twitch is revenue and not profit.
Streamer keep it market, ever set up streamer. This, and if you count this is like out from Brazil, I will talk like in my situation that is in Brazil. That this is really bigger than this, the cost.
Streamers starting off on
And don't pay, don't get paid, because if you don't know, in Brazil, like the Prime, the subs, and everything, like just not only at Twitch, but on YouTube, like my lives on YouTube or my videos, my CPM, I think is that the correct way to talk. My CPM here is like 18 cents for a video, when the American, the international CPM is like $2, $3, $4, you know?
average will spend about $400 on equipment, not considering the PC, and small streamers earn anywhere from $50 to $1,500 a month. So it might be a couple of months before people even break even on the cost, and that's assuming they grow. The popular streamer Snowcone also broke down how, despite receiving quite a lot of money from Twitch, she was actually losing money.
Y'all know how expensive it is to keep up with content creation? You can get a 10K check from Twitch. What the is a 10K check? Spend 5K on trips just to travel, $500 on setup.
Oh, Lala, I imagine that probably she got like his what she said canceled or something like that, because she said, oh, 10K is nothing. But guys, for real, 10K is nothing to who is creating content. Like if you go to ERL, like you pay like the bag, the internet, the things, you spend some money, guys. If you're going to trip, you have to pay the hotel, the place, the tickets, everything. And I got what she's saying. And for being real, returning what she said, that come here.
It's slightly down. Now that we're in 2025, viewership is at its lowest that it's been in years. That's brutal.
And it was not just the pandemic that has generated this downfall. Nightinator, who has over 60,000 subs on Twitch, pointed out that after the pandemic,
The pandemic, I don't know if she's saying about the pandemic that I'm thinking, because like there's the pandemia and the pandemic of streamers coming bigger in the pandemia. You got what I'm trying to say? And that was a big problem. I work as YouTuber since I was 11, 12, yes, 11. 11 Stranger Things, and like it's 16 years now on internet, and I stopped it the last 5 or 6 years, and was the worst ones that I choose to stop, because at the pandemic, like the CPM goes high because was everybody at home. The viewers was like to astronomous numbers that no one ever saw. And it was busy to create a community, to create content, to be a YouTuber and TikToker and streamer. But not it's going to be everyone that after the wave of the getting a big streamer and create a community, that will keep the community. You have to create a community and to feed them, to chat with them, to keep them with you.
That get into the program is shockingly low.
Looking at Twitch tracker data, there are 6.4 million channels
Hey,
streaming on
Elias.
Twitch every single month, and only 45,000 of those channels are partnered. That puts the percentage of partnered folks making a pretty decent income at only 0.7% of live streamers on the entirety of Twitch. And I would imagine YouTube might be in a similar ballpark.
YouTube is difficult to make a like-for-like comparison because it's not exclusively streamers, and there are users that are simultaneously YouTubers and streamers. But there's still only a small percentage making real money. Less than 6% of channels are in their partner program.
Here's some
And
checking data points for you considering it comes to YouTube. 9.5% never got to 10k subscribers. Less than 6% of channels are
90% of channels are under 10,000
I
subs.
don't know about this.
A YouTuber pointed out that streaming in 2025 is having a, quote, after the gold rush moment.
And this happens in all industries. It's happening in crypto, cars, Airbnb, et cetera, where there is a rush to get into this gold mine of a world. Trust me, I've had people proposition me to come and set up their streams, and I've thrown up like stupid amounts of money in order for them to sign up, and they've literally just said yes. But this stuff that they are doing is not sustainable, and just like every other bubble before it, .com, real estate, whatever the case may be, it will burst.
In November of 2024, Twitch experience was known as the Twitch apocalypse, where multiple advertisers realized just how fruitless it was to advertise on Twitch. According to a marketing expert and someone that's worked in esports and streaming for many years, Devin Nash, Twitch is considered a niche product or experimental budget. Most agencies don't know if Twitch ads work or not, so they assign a small percentage of their budget to see. The rest of their budget goes to tried and true market leaders like AdSense and Meta. So the first thing to understand is when a niche ad product underperforms and or has controversy, it's the easiest and fastest to cut. So streaming seems to be a more and more difficult place to build a career, but we are...
Just remember me when like years ago PewDiePie he traveled. He like goes in a battle against the New York Times, I think, and he exposed like that, because today you can choose like whenever you want to add whoever you want, like the age, the if it's male, it's if female, it's older, it's younger, you select everything. But which happens in Twitch is that the advisors put money, but it's going to someone sleeping live. It's going to someone with the butt like the face cam in the live like that, the butt and the gameplay here. You know what I'm saying? You understand? So it's come like it become a dangerous market to the guys who pays the ads on Twitch. So they are in
increasingly exposed to viral stories like Streamer University and Streamer Prom. And while these events might have inspired people to start streaming, they are actually a part of the problem.
The rise of
Streaming used to be
streaming.
synonymous with gaming. And a matter of fact, you used to get banned if you weren't gaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
But it's now categorized into IRL streaming, where someone is out in real life, and desktop streaming, where someone is in front of a computer. IRL streaming has been around since the early days of the internet, but has only really become mainstream in the 2020s with people like Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, and iShowSpeed popularizing this type of content, with Kai Cenat doing less of in-public things as compared to an iShowSpeed. All of these pioneers have changed streaming forever, but not necessarily for the better. In 2024, you had Kai
that
Cenat
was
streaming with
epic.
Kevin Hart, Aiden Ross meeting Trump, and
Yeah.
iShowSpeed continuing to travel the world. The type of content became more aspirational and more entertaining, but became much more difficult for new streamers to replicate. And this is something that veteran streamer Soluminati decided to speak about in August of this year.
Bro, Twitch is changing. A lot of y'all that's at the top, I say y'all is at the top of the pyramid. Y'all probably don't see what I see when you tap out and then you get a chance to look at what's taking place. I was one of the ones telling everybody they should start streaming, not necessarily doing IRLs, but just streaming, speaking your voice, just doing what you need to do, you know? I feel like streamers is taking over the world and it's happening. But one of the things I do see, Twitch is starting to become so overstimulating. These new kids that's coming on there are starting to look at a normal streamer in a different point of view that's botted. It's completely different. It's trash.
New streamers in 2025 have a much higher weight of expectations than new streamers in even 2020. IRL streaming is much more expensive than desktop streaming, but IRL streamers are getting the most views.
Twitch, it's becoming harder and harder for to become streamers because all y'all think y'all need to be doing IRLs. Y'all all trying to be like these niggas at the top. You got motherfuckers talking about desktop streaming is dying. How is that even possible? It's not even possible.
No.
It's just the you watching.
Yes, that definitely this. That's one of the reasons that I create my English channel, because I want to create a new community. I want to whenever I want to open and live going the supermarkets, making a dinner or whatever, playing League of Legends, playing Roblox, watching a movie, watching a body cam footage. I don't know, but the problem is that the YouTubers, the streamers, the influentials that is getting too big, that is already has like this power, is getting away from his community. And you changing, you're changing, he's changing. So it's not that the desktop, the desktop, the just chatting lives are dying. It's a little bit. The IRL is really getting bigger, but it's because there's no more basic streamers. There's no more XQCs. I just come back to lives and start this channel in English because of XQC and Ludwig and KZO, because they are like simply like XQC. He's on his desk just watching videos or chatting or living his life, but he create a community. He has someone to talk, you know.
And remember, this ain't separate. This ain't got nothing to do with the groups or none of that. You should already know who the I'm talking about. I don't even have to say no names. And to be honest with you, FaZe and AMP and all them, they chilling. They good. These got all the resources, bro. These elites. Y'all know the elites. I'm talking about y'all new. Y'all are getting caught in a wave y'all gonna die in. This shit that y'all seeing is not sustainable.
And these heightened expectations are even a problem for Soluminati. Having taken a break from streaming, he discovered that Plaqueboy Max had rented an entire mansion to do a love show full of other streamers, which placed an overwhelming weight of expectations on him.
Bro, shout out to Plaqueboy Max. Bro, this returned and did a whole show. How the f am I supposed to compete with these?
And Plaqueboy Max's decision to rent a mansion was actually much less extravagant than what some of his peers got up to in 2025. Kai Cenat took over an entire university, and DDG built his own set from scratch for his show Are You My Ball. The simple fact is that streaming is becoming more and more like TV, and as a result is more and more out of reach of the everyday person. And this video from So motivated the streamer and YouTuber Lord Heck to give his thoughts as well.
My life, first of all, in order to do IRL streaming, the bar is set so high you damn near got to be doing the iCarly series. If you guys know what iCarly is, it's basically like a TV web series but recorded as a show. So all the activities and things that you see that that be happening on stream, they're not just happening randomly. They're set up, they're orchestrated, they're scripted. It's like acting. It's like low budgeting acting.
It's like when my life becomes daily vlog. It's when I stopped everything 6 years ago, because like I started like my life becomes the daily vlog. What I do in my day, it will be the daily vlog that I post in the end of the day, you know? But at some point, this whole thing changes. The daily vlog become my life. So when I wake up, I already know the title, I already know the thumbnail, I already know every step I have to do in my day to, in one point of the day, happen something to be the thumbnail and the title, you know? So it's so stressful because my life is, and it was like what I say about Jake and Logan Paul some years ago. If you post every day, you have to escalate. So every step, every new day, every tomorrow, you have to escalate, you know? You have to come with some bigger. You have to do some bigger. You have to be better. You have to spend more. You have to be crazier, you know?
At home. Like if you were to watch F1, the movie, instead of going to the movie
Live
theater, Twitch is the new movie theater and the new television, right? For the IRL streaming space. So in order for a newcomer to come in and be able to compete when they don't have a budget and don't have as many like crazy moments as the next guy, it's kind of gonna be like, okay, you're boring.
He also made the point that because short-form content and clipping is so important, streamers are basically fabricating clippable moments instead of streaming in the moment.
So short-form content is necessary, right? But the line that we need to draw is like, people are gonna be so desperate to make a clip farm moment that nothing's gonna be authentic anymore, right? Everything is just gonna look like it's for a clip instead of you being present for the stream, right? And that was the problem.
This is the guilt of this is TikTok. Is the brain hot is what is coming next generation, and it's already on our generation. Everyone wants like fast dopamine, like with some clicks and just what shorts, just what like a clip. Don't want the whole content.
As well. Even though it's
speed.
Not that much.
What? Oscar, where did you...
Sorry.
Set up, they're orchestrated, they're scripted. It's like acting. It's like low budgeting acting. Okay, you're boring.
He also made the point
like impossible to do because.
And we're also seeing something similar that's happened to podcasting, where people from other industries are trying to get involved. India Loved has moved from being an IG model to a streamer. Lil TJ and Nicki Minaj are just some of the rappers looking to break in. The NBA player Kyrie Irving is also trying to make a name in this field, but he has been someone that's been tapped into it for quite a while. And all of these people have much bigger resources and probably much more interesting lives than people starting out.
There's a lot of celebrities that don't need to be streaming, bro. All right? And I feel like IRL streaming, it has turned into one of them spaces where you can just get a quick dollar. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people like Tyler, which is she's an African artist, TYLA, right? You have people like there's some other rappers that's starting to stream now. I forget their name, but it slips my mind. I think it was Lil TJ. He was trying to stream the other day. I'm just like, bro, like some of y'all, no offense, but it's like, bro, all they have to offer is like behind the scenes of what happens at a music video, like flashy going shopping. Like they're not like, they don't have a streamer personality. You get what I'm saying?
So the barrier of becoming a streamer has become so high now that many new streamers might feel like the ladder has been completely pulled up from them. The only hope for them now is that someone like an Aiden Ross or Kai Cenat co-signs them, and they can build a new audience from that endorsement. But the reality is that you don't need to be making money from streaming for it to be a waste of your time. Nightinator's a streamer that could arguably make more money purely focusing on short-form content and being an influencer, but genuinely loves the communal feeling of streaming.
But for me personally, there is nothing like the magic of creating a space that is alive and ever evolving on the internet. Somewhere that defies distance. It defies so many different things. It is so magical and incredible, and there is nothing else like it.
And if someone's a college student or someone that's streaming on the side, being able to speak in front of a group of people is a transferable skill in almost every career path. But above all, streaming is a great way to meet and interact with new people. You'll meet people with common interests, but you'll also come across people that you probably wouldn't be exposed to in your everyday life. And if you recall at the start of the video, Ludwig's first viewer was a guy named Oscar. And Oscar is a streamer who, of course, has the dream of becoming a big streamer, but also just finds the joy in streaming on its own.
In general, I'm a competitive gamer. I play a lot of competitive games, and I found that doing it with people watching me is way more fun than doing it by myself.
Yes,
I've been having fun.
I honestly, because of this shit, I'm really alone person. I don't like to go out, and I like to chat. I like to watch the streams, and my objective with the streams is have like a community to talk, to do whatever I want, and have someone with the same way, you know, like I like it low. So I went to stream and has people here that already watch me watching a react, but like close too. But I want someone, you know.
Meeting new people, learning new things.
When I get so excited, I don't
just
know how to talk
content in general.
Like
I just
normally.
love streaming, and I hope to one day be an inspiration.